Try to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend.
Now, missiles have struck the Ukrainian port city of Odessa less than 24 hours after Ukraine and Russia signed a deal over grain exports in the Black Sea. Ukraine's foreign ministry have described it as a spit in the face of UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and Turkey's President Recep Erdogan. It's the most significant agreement involving the warring parties so far. Russian and Ukrainian officials signed deals with the UN and Turkey to resume grain exports through the Black Sea to help avert a global food crisis. Our correspondent Alex Rossi sent this report from Dnipro.
What we understand is a number of cruise missiles were fired from the Black Sea. Some of them were intercepted by missile defense systems, others did land. Some of them we think landed in the city, but others, it seems, landed in the actual port of Odessa itself, within the infrastructure itself. Now, we should point out that the agreement itself, known as the Black Sea Initiative, is quite limited. It's a very limited and focused ceasefire. Odessa itself is not exempt from hostilities, but the bits of the port that are needed to get the grain moving are. So what this means exactly, we don't know, but certainly I think many people are quite rightly seeing this as extremely cynical by the Russians and an act of really bad faith. Now, we have had some comments from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Ukraine. I'll just read some of it to you now. It took less than 24 hours for the Russian Federation to launch a missile attack on the port of Odessa to question the agreements and promises it made to the UN and Turkey in the documents signed yesterday in Istanbul. The Russian missile is Vladimir Putin's spit in the face of UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and the Turkish president, who made enormous efforts to reach an agreement and to whom Ukraine is grateful. Ukraine emphasises the need for strict implementation of the agreements regarding the restoration of safe export of Ukrainian agricultural goods through the Black Sea ports. We call on the UN and Turkey to ensure that Russia complies with its obligations within the framework of the safe functioning of the grain corridor. In case of non-fulfillment of the agreements reached, Russia will bear full responsibility for the deepening of the global food crisis. So, listening to that, it would sound that the agreement is still alive. Whether or not there's still going to be further mediation, nobody knows. Now, Antonio Guterres described it as a beacon of hope, he said, on the Black Sea. That perhaps wasn't the best way of describing it even yesterday, more like a flicker of hope, and a flicker that can be easily extinguished. Now, certainly, this is very problematic for other reasons. The agreement is extremely complicated in terms of the logistics. Ultimately, it's a commercial agreement. These are commercial ships that are going to take grain out of these ports. They also need to be insured. Cruise missiles slamming into the port of Odessa is not a particularly good look for them. Is anybody going to be involved in this deal? So that's another extremely big question. And of course, if the deal falls down, the grain doesn't come out, the food crisis, which is worsening in some of the poorest countries of the world, is only going to become even more profound.
Приход в катер гидрографії Бурілка, і от там далі видно катер ВМС Малин, димить, тліє. Приход іменно в нього, там розвалено ззаді.
Ебать, братья, ебать! Доброе утро просто.
приход, катер гідрографії бурілка, і от там далі видно катер ВМС Малин, димить, тліє, приход іменно в нього, там розвалено зону.
Ебать, братья, ебать! Доброе утро просто.
Ask him in English if you.
Oba! Oba! Yeah, yes.
Make the video. I pay you.
I just want you to know that the people of the United Kingdom support the people of Ukraine and support you in your fight. And I am absolutely convinced that you can win and that you will win. Thank you very much. Дякую and Slava Ukraini.
So once our friendly forces in position, we're then going to move forward. I'll get your grenade.
The angle over here, just don't go in front.
Going well. Oh, great. That went well. Total success. I've been meeting some of the 400 Ukrainian troops who are here being trained by our forces, getting ready to go and fight in Ukraine. That's part of a huge commitment we've made to train Ukrainian forces. We want to train about 10,000 of them over the next 4 months. That comes on top of the investment we're making in supporting Ukrainians with weaponry, 6,900 anti-tank weapons, 120 armoured vehicles and much else besides, including now the multiple launch rocket systems that together the Americans, Germans and others we're providing really are starting to make a difference. We hope to the course of that war, starting to push back Putin's evil attack on Ukraine. I know that in the end the Ukrainian people are going to succeed. I know that the Ukrainian forces are going to succeed. I'm very proud of the role that the UK has been able to play so far, but in the end this is thanks to the bravery and the heroism of these Ukrainian troops. Slava Ukraini!